Zeus. It's the people's out. Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Yeah, supposed to be the people's house. I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers. I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people. Yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue. That's me. Voices on the block. I'm breaking through. I got the keys. I'm in the lobby. Yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Yeah, signing for the fam. Yeah, you know my game strong.
Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on.
Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard. I bury you inside the booth.
Founding father vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash.
Big pharma, big tech, turn your
Okay, I think we're back today, so it's a little bit better.
Trying to come and storm the gates.
Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote.
Big Zeus. It's the people's house.
Big Zeus. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Powers in the air.
Big Zeus.
Yeah. We knocking on the door.
Big Zeus. Good morning.
We wanna hear your soul. Yeah. Yeah.
Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. Hey.
People, them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Hey. Take it back and write the code.
1600 got your soul.
Put my portrait on the wall. They staring at me like I'm cold.
Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the West Wing.
Doing deals all in the dark.
Make your dreams come true. All I need is a spark.
Red phone ringing.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
On my line.
Got the Constitution. Good morning, Tara. W. Tara.
No stains on my kicks and the rally outside. And the gates is locked. This power never divides. Spitting for the block.
Yes.
Buses make them wanna fight. 1600, do it all day.
Welcome.
Like the people's house
Here's a trap. Got the power. Get it back. Money talk loud. Time to clap. Yeah.
Fight for the keys. That's a fact.
I can do this all day, honestly.
Bring it back. In the people's house.
Lil Hawk.
Powers
My
in the
man.
air. Yeah, it's the people's house. We knocking on your door. It's the people's house.
We want to hear your soul. We want to hear your soul. Big Zeus. Big Zeus. It's amazing how they say that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Let's get this show started. We don't got all morning to do the Lord's work. We don't. Well, here we go again.
Stuck in time.
We always want this. We always want the man curse. Let's go, ladies and
Can't
gentlemen.
escape it.
Welcome, you friend.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these reps.
I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class.
Woo!
It's like every
Please tap the screen. Share the
I'm
live.
on top of my game.
Ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the games. You see gas prices right now, though? Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen. I see you right there. Takesha, I see you. Guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. Shout out to the Leos. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Right, Evan? Let's go. Uh-oh. This is my favorite part right here. Having a good time, and then somebody want to ruin it. This is how they try to ruin it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Okay. So we're having a good time, and then you hear this.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Drug test.
Yes.
Shit
Keep
was
it clean,
radical.
ma'am.
Very radical.
Snuggles.
It was horrible.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh,
It's like deja vu.
have you seen this country?
It's like
Have you seen what Donald Trump been doing?
It's like
Seriously.
deja vu.
Give me a break. All right. See, that gets me mad, ladies and gentlemen. That really does. Every time I hear that part, it goes from being a good mood to like totally you ruined the vibe. All right. And this is exactly why shows like this are important. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Welcome back. You all deserve a round of applause. We hung out together yesterday. Didn't we have a great time? Once again, we're back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we're gathered. We have to do the real work it takes to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald Trump and his delusional supporters who are hell-bent on destroying this once upon a time honest way of being a great country of ours, right? And, you know, I don't know if we can, depending on, you know, how much of this truth we continue to get out here and people are able to receive it, right? And so before we get into that, let's take care of some very important housekeeping items. For those of you tuning in, this might be your first time coming to a live like this on TikTok, right? You know, a lot of people, they like to debate MAGA. I've debated them so many times, and I've destroyed them so many times. Every single one of their lies, they don't want to come up in my box. They literally tell me now, I just come to your show, Zeus, because I like being entertained. Okay, and you know what I say? Same thing make you laugh. Guess what? It'll make you cry. So keep on laughing. Keep on laughing, MAGA, because you are ultimately going to lift your eyes up in hell one day. All right, W to Rick. Yes, please, if you can, please do what you can to support the program. That does include gifts, but that also is not required. What's really required is you share it to every single Trump supporter. You know, make sure you're tapping that screen as much as you can, but don't accidentally tap it too much, and then you end up in my guest request, because the rule still stands. If you accidentally tap the screen and you end up in the guest request, and I bring you up here, and you go, oh, Zeus, I don't know how I ended up in the, then guess what you owe? You owe 2 galaxies, all right? And that's just the rules. That's how we make sure folks don't just accidentally end up wasting everyone's time this morning, because it's a limited time that I'm up here, right? But yeah, people ask me, who are you? Well, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? It's quite simple. The first H is what? Because I am the most honest person on social media. I am, hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. All right. The second H means it's because I'm humble. I'm the most humble person on social media. There's nobody more humble than Big Zeus. No, there's nobody. All right. All right. And it's just been that way for a while. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which is arguably one of the most important H's of them all, is truly because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Thank you, everyone. Now, what do we do here on this side of TikTok if you don't really debate MAGA? Well, we hurt their feelings. All right. We hurt their feelings because we tell them the truth, whether they like it or not. Thank you so much, Danica. We tell MAGA the harsh truth. We do it with the gloves off, right? We don't coddle these people because we already know what they are. They're a bunch of broken people who are hiding behind these personas, right? The MAGA persona, I call it the MAGA demon. That's really what it is, but they'll try to disguise it and make it look like it's not the MAGA demon. You know, oh, they come in here and they say, I'm a Christian, right? W, Lil Hawk. What about Jasmine Crockett? She ran an awesome and amazing campaign, and then I saw today, this morning, she said she's going to support Tellerico. So W's in the chat for Jasmine Crockett. You know what I appreciate about Jasmine Crockett? And this demon in the chat tried to bring that up. Did she lie and say that it was rigged? No. She took her loss and said, you know what? I'm still going to support what's important right now in order to save this great country of ours. So we're going to give Jasmine Crockett a huge round of applause. You know, and that's what real leadership looks like. You know, you understand sometimes that in order to be one of the greatest, you got to understand what it truly feels like to, you know, not get what you want. And then you come back stronger and better. So no. And as long as she's not running around here lying, saying it was rigged, it's all on the up and up. And so with that being said, see, that's what I mean. They always want to try to get me going on something I'm not trying to talk about. But guess what? I'm going to talk about it. What is that? Well, here's the thing. If you're a Trump supporter, do me a favor and leave this live right now. You don't need to explain to me. You know, you don't even need to send me a DM. You know what they do, ladies and gentlemen? You wouldn't believe what they do. Zeus, I thought you were different. I thought you were one of those reasonable Democrats. I'm done following you. And then they hit unfollow or they'll block me. Listen up. You don't need to do that. Just do it. All right? Because you know what? You look better going than you did coming. All right? And you don't even know where you're going. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, to the Trump supporters, if you cannot handle the truth, leave my show right now, because I promise you it's going to get very uncomfortable for you in here. I promise you it will. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., If you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back.
Music
it's
to
okay
my ears.
too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed, and I take no responsibility for anybody's feelings that might end up getting hurt. I trust that we're all in here, honestly, to do one thing: destroy the MAGA demons. And so don't let these people, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to encourage you, don't let these people get us off of our message. As you can see, the Democrats have been performing quite well. So shout out to all the Democrats that have been winning in these special elections and winning in places you never thought Democrats could win, because it's shows like this that are helping people to realize that really you do have power as a citizen in this country, right? You do have the power to stand up and resist everything MAGA is trying to make you swallow, hook, line, and sinker. And so I'm going to start today's show off with something, to remind MAGA how we all got here. And I'm going to make sure they understand why I'm reminding them that this is how we got here, because somebody has to go to hell on this show, ladies and gentlemen. And what better way to make that point than to show MAGA why none of us really care about how they feel, because we get it. We get it, MAGA. You believe everything this man says. So let's listen to their daddy lie to them. And look at these demons in the background wearing those silly, ridiculous red hats. This is the guy that hung out with Jeffrey Epstein and lies to their face every day saying, I didn't know him. No, okay, we knew each other, but we had a falling out. Why'd you have a falling out? Oh, because he was stealing my employees. Well, what kind of employees? See, there you go, asking too many questions. Oh, but then he tells Bill Clinton they had a falling out over a property dispute. But then you talk to these Trump supporters. Oh, no, he was actually reporting Jeffrey. MAGA, get your story straight. But remember, these lies are the reason you went around and said, this is what I'm voting for. I voted for a convicted felon. This is how you got in trouble.
I am the candidate of peace. I am peace. People don't believe that. I am peace.
A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars, not start them.
We do not want war with Iran. We actually want peace. The Iranians are clearly not very good at war. Perhaps they should follow President Trump's lead and give peace a chance.
Kamala's campaigning with warmongers like Liz Cheney. How do you think that is? She picks Liz Cheney, whose father virtually destroyed the Middle East. You know, Liz Cheney, she talks big, oh, I want war. She always wants war. Every time I was with her in the White House, we should attack this nation, that nation, nations that people never even heard of, we should attack. She's a big tough guy. She sits back in Washington, oh, we ought to go and attack Iran, Iraq. We're going to attack everybody. Mm-hmm. That's why I broke up with her. All she wanted to do is go to war with everybody. These war hawks, they want to draft your kids to die in wars, and they will never fight themselves. Oh. You know, we'll stay around the country for 15 years, just bomb the hell out of everybody, make everybody miserable. Nobody knows why we're there, you know, the wars that never end. These endless wars that we've been in, I've gotten us out of so many. We don't want to get into wars. We're tired of fighting. I'm the only president in the last 84 years that didn't start a war. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more wars, no more wars. We will have prosperity and peace. We will have prosperity and we will have peace.
Is this too much? Is this too much? Because I can stop. Is this too much for you out there? Especially to the Trump voters. Is this too much for you to handle? It's too much. It's too much. I mean, this MAGA. This is why Big Zeus is on your behinds like white on rice. This is why shows like this, where especially I allow some of my mutuals to get up here and lay into you. This is why, because this is obviously projection and lies all mixed into one. And we know you don't value your lives at all, because everything he says, no matter what position he takes, you will defend it until you're eliminated from the face of the earth. So if you don't value your life, don't expect us to respect you.
Stay around the country for 15 years, just bomb the hell out of everybody, make everybody miserable. Nobody knows why we're there, you know, the wars that never end. These endless wars that we've been in, I've gotten us out of so many. We don't want to get into wars. We're tired of fighting. I'm the only president in the last 84 years that didn't start a war. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more wars, no more wars. We will have prosperity and peace. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Remember, I'm the president of peace. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. He's going to start a war. I said, no, no, no. My rhetoric is going to keep us out of wars, and that's what happened. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
You know what's so funny? It's not so much what he says, but listen to the claps in the background. Let me go there.
Never get into.
Just handing Big Zeus the W's. I don't have to wrestle with MAGA to get the W. Listen to these demons cheering on their own demise.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. I believe that he will attack Iran sometime prior to the election because he thinks that's the only way he can get elected. Isn't it pathetic?
It is pathetic, ladies and gentlemen. It is pathetic, right? It's pathetic that Donald Trump can literally get away with, what did he do? What we can name, what crime hasn't Donald Trump committed, right? He can get away with lying over 30,000 times. He can get away with being impeached twice in his first term. He can get away with essaying as many women as he wants. He can even get away with raping children and his own wife. Ain't that amazing, MAGA? He could literally go in the middle of Fifth Avenue and eliminate you. And you would all still do this. I just love that man, that dirty diaper he has. I've never smelt anything like that in my life. It's like, that Pepe Le Pew. Remember that skunk? It was like that thing. When you see these Trump supporters, that's how they hover around Donald Trump's dirty diaper, right? So they don't value their life. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no other choice, but it's with great pleasure. Please join me in sending every single Trump supporter that runs around on social media now and says, oh yeah, we needed to go get Iran because they did something to us back in the day. I was in my friend Angie's live yesterday. Now that's what they're saying. We're doing this to get back at Iran. Okay, well then go on over there. And in the meantime, do me a favor and go straight to hell. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA.
Yeah, and that's a huge W, Zeus. I get these W's because it's so easy to do. Now, we had this morning a bit of a press conference, ladies and gentlemen, from Secretary of War Crimes Pete Kegsbreath, Whiskey Leaks, Whiskey Pete. And he's taking a victory lap. They're taking a victory lap, right? Because they sank an Iranian vessel near the Indian Ocean. And now this is winning according to MAGA, and listen to Whiskey Pete try to justify this. I mean, I like this because what it shows is utter incompetence. And you have to understand, because they're not really doing a great job, right? Gas prices are shooting up. American soldiers are losing their lives or being injured. They have to try their hardest to stay in control of the narrative, even though we all know they're not going to be able to pull it off.
In fact, last night, we sunk their prize ship, the Soleimani. Looks like POTUS got him twice. Their Navy, not a factor. Pick your adjective, it is no more. In fact, yesterday, in the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. Like in that war,
World War II,
back when we were still the War Department, we are fighting to win.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Fighting to win. This is what Whiskey Pete is saying, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Whiskey Pete is saying. They're fighting to win. But then you have to ask yourself, you got to say, Does Pete actually seem like the right person, ladies and gentlemen, to actually lead the United States into an armed conflict? Because in the middle of this entire little rant he was on, there was a moment when he explained to every single person what did he say? Complete control. Okay, yeah, he's talking about dominating the airspace, right? What did he say? He had something going on with the airspace. He said, I'm going to explain to you what it means when we have control of the United States airspace. And I listened to this and I said, what on earth is he talking about?
Starting last night and to be completed in under a week, the two most powerful air forces in the world will have complete control of Iranian skies, uncontested airspace.
Oh, yeah, that's the word, uncontested airspace. Listen to what he says the definition of uncontested airspace is.
Of Iranian skies, uncontested airspace. I hope all the folks watching understand what uncontested airspace and complete control means.
Nah, what is it?
It means we will fly all day, all night, day and night, finding, fixing, and finishing the missiles and defense industrial base of the Iranian military. Finding and fixing their leaders and their military leaders.
Finding and
flying
fixing.
over Tehran, flying over Iran, flying over their capital, flying over the IRGC, Iranian leaders, looking up.
That's, you know, he's drunk right there, right? You know, that's what drunk people do.
Leaders.
Look up like that. Yeah, that's what people who are drunk and they're talking and they're trying to explain things to you do. They try to act it out while they're talking. So he's telling on himself.
Looking up and seeing only U.S. and Israeli air power every minute of every day until we decide it's over.
See, when you start talking like this is Epstein. This is why I say MAGA. MAGA is definitely racist and misogynist. You go a little to the right, you get into sedition, and then you go further to the right, you get into that guardian of P3DO's Epstein territory. So when he said this part, this is the stuff where I go, okay, so now we're talking about the Epstein stuff, because this has nothing to do with the military mission.
Every minute of every day until we decide it's over.
Wait.
In Iran,
that sounds like SA. That just sounds to me like SA.
We'll be able to do nothing about it. B-2s, B-52s, B-1s, Predator drones, fighters, controlling the skies, picking targets. Death and destruction from the sky all day long.
There you go, all day long. Ladies and gentlemen, what kind of country are we living in? These guys are getting off on committing war crimes. You hear this? This is somebody that is very, very sick. This is a troubled person. This is exactly what I mean when I say we're being ran by one of the most incompetent administrations of ever, right? They say Donald Trump, I don't know the exact number. I think it was like 7. He's already done like 7 military strikes in his second term. That's more than any other president has ever done. All right. He's done more than any other president has done. And he hasn't even been in office for 2 years. The man gets off. And like I told you all before, everything Donald Trump no, and it wasn't from me. It was the guy that was in the backseat or that was in the limousine when Donald Trump was having that phone call with Jeffrey Epstein. And he told the story, the limo driver story. He said, you know, because the girl ended up unalived and eliminated because she was talking to the FBI, according to the documents in the Epstein files, right? But the limo driver made a statement. He says, everything Donald Trump does makes sense when you understand he wants to hurt and unalive as many people as he can, right? When you frame everything Donald Trump is doing from that lens, then yeah, all this stuff makes total sense. The man is a psycho. Jeffrey Epstein even said it. He's a psychotic person. If cornered, what would he do if he's cornered? According to the Epstein files, he would literally get us into a conflict with Iran. And so what I'll do is this, because MAGA doesn't get it, but I do. Why don't you just lace up your boots and go over there and fight? All right. Don't even tell us why you're doing it. Just go on over there with you, since you love them so much. But you won't do that because you're all a bunch of weak chickens. And no offense to the chickens. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these weak Trump supporting demons who won't call their daddy out for what he is, a serious criminal. All right. Join me in sending them straight to hell. And I should have said war criminal.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, and that's a huge... Should I stop taking these W's, ladies and gentlemen? Should I stop taking these W's from the Trump supporters? Should I stop taking them and start, being a little nicer? Or should I keep taking the W's, ladies and gentlemen? I'll let you decide. Should I keep taking the W's? W Zeus. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, because I understand I'm not an easy person for them to talk to because they get into my box. They come up here and they go, I'm going to get Zeus on this. But they're going, I don't know, because if you think you can get through to me, there's going to be a lot of people listening to what you're saying, and they're going to go, okay, remember DJ? Remember DJ, ladies and gentlemen? Zeus, my 401k is doing great. Hey, DJ. Or Snuggles, we got cheaper gas. They've been quiet as some church mouses, huh? Lately, they ain't in here talking that stuff anymore because they know that all of that was nothing but smoke and mirrors. Yeah, he got you on your knees for him. I'm talking to you. You hurt him. Yeah, all of you who were on your knees bragging, oh, the tariffs, they're really great. Gas prices, really great. Border sealed. Now look at how he has you. Now look at how your daddy has you. You can't even brag about that. You can't brag about it. And I got evidence that you can't brag about it because guess what I got, ladies and gentlemen? Another update from a Trump supporter, Owen Schroyer. And this has to do Baldy, are you there? Bald or us, whatever your name is. You brought up Jasmine Crockett. I just wanted to let you know why I'm not worried about that, all right? And because one of your own is giving me what I need to know in order to help you understand what's going on. So we're going to listen to this Trump supporter, ladies and gentlemen, crying about MAGA really getting their behinds kicked in the state of Texas. All right, we won't watch it all, but you'll get the drift.
All right, guys, there is an absolute bloodbath happening in Texas tonight. Where it stands right now, it's almost 10 o'clock Central Time.
I got to give it to him because he's giving you the real close-up, right? He's not high. He's getting close. Every time he does something, he gets closer and closer to the camera. This is like the Snuggles confession situation, right? It's like, I gotta give you the 100% experience of me really having an outer body experience about Daddy Trump cooking me.
The Republicans in the vote for Senate have 1,326,000 votes. The Democrats have registered 1,501,000 votes.
Remember, this is important because remember after Charlie Kirk lost his life and there was this swelling of individuals registering to be Republicans. And then you had a bunch of these Trump supporters running around social media because the Democrats didn't look like they were getting as many registrations, right? Remember that? And now you have this moment right now where MAGA is saying, wow, we're getting cooked.
Are you hearing me? The Democrats are outvoting the Republicans in Texas in this Senate race. Do you see where this is going?
No, where?
The Democrat candidate for Senate this year is a viable candidate. He's likable. He's marketable. He's run a good campaign. Now, Trump has stayed out of the Republican side. An endorsement from Trump might help in the actual midterms, but where all the momentum is at right now, the Democrats look like they might flip a Senate seat in Texas.
I'm not saying it. This is coming from the right.
That's how bad this is. And yes, this is 100% because Republican voters have no enthusiasm and they are not excited to go vote for Republicans. And this is because of the Trump administration and because of the GOP. And I will tell you this, the biggest factor that's going to turn all of this off is this war with Iran. Now, it's likely that this deal for the war with Iran was already cut. And that's what Trump did. That was the deal that Trump cut in order to get elected, was that he promised the donors and everyone else that he would engage in this regime change war in Iran. So all the defense contractors, all the new tech AI contractors, Marion Adelson, the Israeli lobby, they all backed him, and he promised them regime change war in Iran. And you can see where this is going. Oh, no new wars in Iran. Oh, it was just a precision strike. Oh, it's just a series of strikes. Oh, we need regime change war. Oh, we may need boots in the ground. This is a bloodbath. This is what's coming for the midterms. And then you see that story that after Trump launched the war on Iran, he goes and wines and dines with millionaires, and then apparently is on the phone with Laura Loomer. And Laura Loomer is telling him how great he is and how he's the best ever. We are cooked. Do you understand? If the Democrats flip a Senate seat in Texas, then you get to 2028 and the Texas electoral votes go to the Democrats, it's over. If the Democrats have California, New York, and Texas, it's game over. It's done. The Republicans are cooked.
Let me go ahead.
There's no chance.
Literally, these are easy W's, right? I mean, sometimes you got to let the game come to you, ladies and gentlemen. And what you're hearing right now is a true confession from a demon, understanding that they got to give up the spirit, all right? They understand that they are being cooked. And who is responsible for cooking them? Their own daddy, their own dear leader. He's the one that, let's go and gerrymander Texas. And what you do, you activated a bunch of blue states. Shout out to Governor Gavin Newsom. And then you tried to gerrymander Texas. And guess what? It's all backfiring on you.
No matter who they run, if the Democrats take Texas, it's over. And this is all because of Trump. And he doesn't have any idea what's going on because he has no one in his ear telling him what's going on, except Laura Loomer, who's slobbering all over the phone, apparently so much that it gets through the phone and onto his neck and gives him an STD.
Hey, that's funny. Woo! Woo! You can't make this stuff up, folks. Literally taking everything we've been saying now and using it.
This is crazy. And I don't know if you saw, but the senators that got out of that meeting today on the Iran war, they looked freaked out. I have never seen a group of senators get out of a congressional meeting looking that freaked out. They look freaked. And as far as we know, the worst thing that they talked about was boots on the ground. But maybe they talked about something worse.
See, this is why I've been telling the Trump voters that come in here and try to say, this thing is going to end. You haven't seen anything yet, MAGA. You haven't seen anything yet. Because do we really think Donald Trump isn't going to try to put boots on the ground if he thinks it'll save his rear end? Come on, give me a break.
And we all heard about the earthquakes happening right next to the nuclear testing base in Nevada. Folks, this is getting bad. And apparently there is nobody talking to Trump that is trying to correct this course. And instead, he's calling these sycophants looking for praise. And you have all of these MAGA cucks.
Like Gregory Jones.
Selling out, taking the money, continuing to grift off this political movement.
Gregory Jones.
And they're going to cost us everything. They're going to cost us the midterms, and they're going to cost us in 2028. And I'm sick and tired of hearing this crap. You guys are going to cost us everything.
Yeah. That's for you, Gregory Jones. That's for you, Snuggie. That's for you, Trash Bait. And every single one of you Trump voters. Dame, Dame, you too. All of you all. Thank you all for being so loyal to your daddy for us, because what you're doing is making sure that you're cooked. You're making sure.
If Texas goes blue in the Senate race, and if Texas goes blue in 2028, I don't think you understand what we're in store for. I don't think you guys have a clue.
Yeah.
And if you think sitting here turning into some political cult and supporting Trump no matter what he does, no matter what betrayals of campaign promises, no matter what goes on with this war, you understand? The reason why Barack Obama won is because he ran against the current foreign policy in the Middle East.
True.
The reason why Donald Trump won is because he ran against the current foreign policy in the Middle East. So whoever comes up in 2028 against the current policy in the Middle East, they will win. Rick. And right now, it's the Democrats that are going to do this.
Thank you, W. Rick, W. Kabira. Thank you all. He's literally saying what we've all been saying, and this is coming from MAGA. This is how you know the truth will ultimately prevail, because at a certain time, they say too much pressure makes the pipe burst. The pipes are bursting right here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a bloodbath. This is a disaster. Yeah. I can't believe how quickly this thing has come off the rails. And if these results tonight in the Texas Senate race are indicating anything,
go ahead.
It's that get ready for a blue wave. And this is all Trump's fault. And the Trump cultists that refuse to tell him he's making big mistakes.
Yep.
They refuse to do it. And so instead, he just looks at them and they love me so much. I must be doing great. Look at how much they love me. You guys are screwing everything. Yeah. And I don't want to hear a damn word. We all know the names you're already blaming.
Yeah.
We all know the people that you're already blaming. It's hilarious to think that any of them have more influence than Trump. It's hilarious. They'll respond to this. Oh, you're going to cost us the midterms. Oh, I have more influence than Trump. Give me a break.
Yeah, you hear that, Gregory? You hear that, DJ? While you all like to, it's the propaganda coming from the left. This isn't far left propaganda. What do you call propaganda, ladies and gentlemen, that comes from the right that sounds like it's from the left? That's a good question, huh? Gregory Jones, seriously. You can't just write this off and say, it's just an opinion. It's a random opinion. No, this isn't a random opinion, because if it was, I'd disagree with it. No, this is facts. Look at the results.
You guys are doing this. Trump is doing this. This thing is beyond a disaster at this point. And I'm not even sure if there's any turning it around, quite frankly. Looks like they're committed to the war in Iran, so that's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
They don't have any plans for the midterms to get people out to vote.
They don't.
There's no plans for the economy.
Nope.
There's nothing. There's just more war, more foreign interests, more special interests. The American people suffer as they're told it's the golden age. This thing is getting cooked. Don't call me a black pillar. I'm a realist. So just get ready. You've been warned. If this Texas Senate race holds the way it is, Democrats are on pace to flip a Senate seat in Texas and win Texas in 2028. And it's game over.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. And that's a great place to put a pin in it. Any questions? Any questions? Because honestly, he's done the cooking so much that all I got to do is put the final touches on it, right? And so what he's ultimately saying, MAGA, is this. A real good friend is someone that would honestly say to you when you're out of line, hey, you need to check yourself, right? Because that's what they're doing. They're looking out for you and trying to make sure you're reflecting them and their values, right? But a person that is up to no good, they'll let you go as far as you want to go, because their own self-interests are starting to kick in. Yeah. You go up the street, you go and do that. Yeah. That's a great idea, because they don't see themselves as the ones having to actually pay the price for those decisions, right? And so he's at least kind of alert and aware of this reality now. He's realizing, wow, Donald Trump's lies have caught up to me. Yeah. Everything that I was banking on isn't panning out the way that I thought it would be. And now this is a great time for me to get off the Trump train. And you're hearing it. And he's not the only one. But I understand there's some of you out there, you don't listen to the warning sounds, right? There's sirens blaring. You think it's cute, right? You think he's weak. Why do you think he's weak? Oh, because he's listening to Big Zeus. So here's what I'll do. Because you don't want to listen to the warnings. All you're doing is proving to me that you don't value your lives. You don't value your family. You don't value your community. You don't value being an American. All you value is just having an opportunity to kiss and smell Donald Trump's dirty, disgusting diaper, which in other words means you're hellbound. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in warming up the lake of fire. This is for all the Trump supporters that think this is funny. They think this is an opinion piece and not paying attention to the realities that are going on right in front of them. Americans all over the country, people all over the world are outright rejecting the MAGA ideology. It's never going to work. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a huge, huge W, Zeus, ladies and gentlemen. The next thing, and I know Governor Walz is testifying today in front of the House. They're supposed to be talking to him about fraud or whatnot, and so that's going on. I get that, but there was an exchange yesterday with Secretary of DHS Kristi Noem. Did you all get to check out the Kristi Noem situation? There was an exchange there, and I said I gotta talk about it because I would hate to think that this is true. I honestly would hate to think this is true. And this was probably what it haunted me at night. It haunted me at night because when I saw this, I said, you telling me what? You got a bed? She has a bed in a private jet? Did you hear this? Hold on, let's get this on the record.
Could you explain this?
You saw this?
Sir, I'm looking at a picture.
Okay, listen. So what she sees is a smash pad. I call it a smash pad. Many of you understand what I mean when I say smash pad. And you could just look at her reaction. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, so she knows she's been on this so-called bed. But it's a smash pad. Look at it. Look at her. Oh, you caught me there. Her and Corey Lewandowski and God knows who. And taxpayers are funding this? I've never been so ashamed of the United States government in this way. This is disgusting.
Sir, I'm
Look at her.
looking at a picture of an interior. It looks like a bedroom.
It looks like a bedroom? See, now you're insulting my intelligence.
Of an airplane.
Yes, sir.
You're not familiar with that?
These photos are not accurate.
He asked you, were you familiar with it? We didn't ask you if they were accurate because you could have moved the nightstand from one side to the other. I get it. You might have made a little bit of renovation since the picture's been taken. But explain why you need a bed like that.
If you're referring to the airplanes that the Department of Homeland Security has purchased and are purchasing, we're using them for long-range command and control aircraft.
Long-range command and control. Is that what you call it, Kristi? Who in there doing something called long-range command and control? And why do I got to finance it? That's my tax dollars right there. I don't need to finance your freaky self.
That is dictated in statute by Congress for the Department of Homeland Security to have a plane.
Luxury jet with a bedroom in it?
Yeah, we used a 737. I've been on it once, but it is being used by other administration officials, and it is used for command and control flights.
Is that what you call the Mile High Club now? Command and control flights. This is some sick stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is sick.
For the department. The department has found that in purchasing our aircraft, that we will save the taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars.
Does it have a bedroom?
In fact, we spent $1.442 billion on ICE deportation flights last year.
Does it have a bedroom?
I believe it's being refurbished.
You just said it looked like a bedroom. So the answer to the question is yes. He should have asked her, have you been smashed on that bed, Kristi? Because I would see. This is why I need to go in there, because I don't play games like this. What were you doing on that bed, Kristi? What were you and Corey doing on that bed? Straight up like that. Because I know a smash pad when I see it.
And not having a bedroom in it. So it is being refurbished.
It's being refurbished. Give me a break.
What kind of deportee justifies being flown out of the country in a luxury jet with a bedroom?
Oh my God.
And accommodations?
What? Hold on. Look at that. Look at that right there. Hold on. Look at that right there. Look at that.
Justifies being flown out of the country in a luxury.
I'm looking at that. Look like a living room set, a love seat and something, soft pillows, probably a Bible sitting on it. So you got a bed. You go from the smash pad straight to the floor. I mean, this is crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is sick.
With a bedroom and accommodations.
There are aircraft being purchased that will be utilized for executive air travel and for deportations. If you remember, in the past, we have used jets of this size and this configuration for deportations in the past. If you remember,
this configuration. By this configuration, you mean with a bedroom,
see the inside of them.
Accommodations like this.
That plane
for deportation.
You use that. So you use this to deport people, or you use this for deportation. See, now you got to ask yourself, what do they mean when they're talking about deportation, huh? You really trying to have somebody up in there securing your border, huh? You sick one. You're a sick one. You're a sick person.
Sir, we have 737s that are being purchased by the department to replace contracts that we have on ICE deportations. That's what they're going to be used for. And in fact, the Coast Guard is the only entity within the Department of Homeland Security that has jets at this point in time. They had 2 G5s that were 20 to 25 years old.
Let me ask
that are
you
being
about
get back on,
so
get her right, get her head back in the game.
Some senior administration officials about these aircraft. They've been reported as saying, although they don't want to say publicly this, but individuals described as senior administration officials have described these airplane purchases as the world's worst deal and an abuse of federal funds. Can you tell me what the Republicans on this committee who voted for what I call the billionaires bill that gave you the money to buy these jets knew about your plans to acquire luxury jets when they voted for that money?
Give it.
The dollars for these airplanes was appropriated by Congress. In fact, it's mandated from Congress and rules that you've given us that we need to have a long-range command and control aircraft.
There you go. You know, I can't take it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't take it. When you start saying command and control, you need a long-range command and control aircraft with a bedroom that looks like a smash pad. You know, sometimes, you know, back in the day, I don't do it anymore, but you know what that looks like. You go and knock on somebody because you're hooking up with them, and you go there and the house looks like that. There's only one thing you're doing. There's only one thing you're doing when you knock on someone's door and then you open it up and it looks like that. There's only one thing, and it isn't securing the border unless it means something freaky and disgusting. That's why a lot of these, this is what I'm saying. A lot of you Trump supporters, I'm starting to realize you all get off on this securing the border stuff because I guess deep down it means something nasty and freaky. And now Kristi Noem has just given the game away. And now I get to do it. And I'm going to send Kristi Noem straight to hell because you don't need, honestly, you don't need millions of dollars. You don't need billions of dollars to do this. All right. You don't. You could have did this $5 or less, but you're charging us taxpayers billions of dollars to do something nasty. Absolutely not. I have zero tolerance for it. And you know what? She should be impeached for this. She should be immediately fired. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. Once again, we've caught Donald Trump and his entire administration doing the most ungodly things ever. Join me in sending this demon where she truly, truly belongs, straight to hell. I can't have that. We can't have that in America.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I mean, and that's a huge W, Zeus. Don't let these people, ladies and gentlemen, these so-called conservatives, these so-called Christians, do not let them gaslight you and get you to start believing that the country is really doing great, because it's not. It's not. And we got evidence. Once again, I just want to remind people, what day are we in with this so-called conflict with Iran, ladies and gentlemen? All right, we're going to do this last bit just to remind people where we're at as a result of this conflict with Iran. And then we'll go ahead and open it up so that we can have some amazing conversations today. Hopefully we'll get some organic conversations where people are actually out here being able to tell us the truth. All right. And this is just a reminder for all of you who have been saying, oh, you know, record stock market. The economy has been doing great. Well, this is where we're at today, ladies and gentlemen.
Wild ride for stocks yesterday. The Dow plunging more than 1,000 points before recouping some of its losses. Elizabeth Schulze is here in studio with us. And Elizabeth, we're seeing another big move in gas prices this morning.
Big move. Good morning, Michael.
Wow.
This is something that families will notice when they go to fill up. Gas Buddy says the national average price for a gallon of gas is up about 25 cents just in the past couple of days. We're now looking.
Wow. Remember Pam Bondi? Yeah, I see it. The Dow is over 50. Remember that while the Epstein survivors stood in the background because all she cared about was the money, right? Now look at us. The Dow isn't really doing that well, huh? Pam Bondi. What about now, Pam Bondi? What about now? And then this is the one that really gets me. It's the gas prices. And I'm gonna harp on this for a second for you Trump voters. Remember, Donald Trump went to Iowa sometime earlier this year. and touted gas prices being $2 a gallon, right? Actually, he said in some cases it's $1.85. And if you subscribe to the drill, baby, drill philosophy, if you lower gas prices, then the cost of everything else is supposed to come down. And so this is what I mean, MAGA. He literally got you all to get on your knees for him. All right. Because that was all smoke and mirrors. He did all of these things, all these things to make you believe he was really effective, just so that he could pull the rug from underneath you. He's been pulling the rug from underneath you ever since he's gotten into office. Remember the whole crypto schemes, the whole crypto scams? I even heard right now, Polymarket, they're saying there was a rug pull, so to speak, because there were people betting on him getting into a conflict with Iran. And now look at you, MAGA, your gas prices. Because this is tied to the Strait of Hormuz, which 20% of our, those 20% of the world's oil supply travels through. So your gas is going up. Your utility bills have gone up. Beef is through the roof. But guess what? You got cheap eggs. You got cheap eggs, right? Oh my gosh, Trump supporters, I tell you, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up.
Looking at the average price per gallon between $3.17, $3.19. And these are just some of the biggest price hikes on record that we're seeing right now.
Price hikes.
They do expect prices to keep going up in the next couple of days and weeks.
Shout out to Donald Trump for making the gas prices go up on his supporters and making them still be on their knees and kissing his dirty diaper. I got to say, he's doing a great job showing us all who some of the most silliest, ignorant people in the United States are. I got to say, he's going to get a Guinness Book of World Records trophy, honestly, or acknowledgement, because what he's demonstrating is he can run the largest circus on the face of the earth, all right? And he never has to even meet these people. They will literally give him everything.
If the war does not de-escalate, another 25 cents as much as that.
But what does this mean for overall inflation?
Right. So gas prices had really been a bright spot in the economy. One of the places where prices had been falling over the past year, but now we have wiped out the drop in gas prices since President Trump returned in office. The president acknowledged that Americans could see higher oil prices. But this is not just about gas. When you think about rising fuel costs, that means that companies are paying more to transport goods. Economists that we've been talking to say that we could start to see higher food costs in the next days or weeks if companies pass down those transport costs. Another place we could see prices go up pretty quickly is airfares, both international and domestic flights.
Wow. Wow, MAGA. So your gas prices are going up. Your food prices are about to go up. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing else I need to say at this moment. We just got to go ahead and send them where they belong. Has anyone seen DJ? First of all, hey, DJ, I know you're listening. W. Kabira, thank you. Hey, DJ, I just thought about you. Go ahead, just mention yourself in the comments section. I just want to see if you're here because you owe me another apology. This is the second apology, or actually, this is like the 10th apology you owe us, DJ. You don't even have the ability to argue that the economy is doing great. You don't even have that ability anymore, DJ. You don't even have the ability to argue that gas prices are cheap. You have literally nothing else left to offer us, DJ, other than being on your knees and begging me for forgiveness. All right. And whatever, I'm not going to listen to it. What I'll do is I'm going to tell you, you better get that demon inside of you under control. All right. Or else you'll find yourself in Iran, so to speak. W. Rick and W. Kabira. Thank you so much for the support. But ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, it's truly with great pleasure. You see how these roaches scatter when I turn the light on? They're in here every day when Donald Trump's lies look believable. But now that they realize it's all smoke and mirrors, all the gains have been totally wiped out. They're hiding right now. And we haven't even begun to address Donald Trump not being able to have his wife and himself testify to the oversight committee about their relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. You thought you were going to get Bill Clinton, huh? You thought you were going to get Bill Clinton. You thought you were going to get Hillary. Nope, didn't get that either. Well, what are they going to get, Zeus? You know what? What's that? Oh, is that the lake of fire? Yeah. What are you going to do with you're going to send them straight to hell? Yes, you're darn right I am. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending DJ Snuggie, conservative Democrat trash bait Gregory Jones, Tiny Tank Top 10 Tom, and every single one of these liars where they truly, truly belong, straight to hell. Thank you, everyone.
Silence.
Thank you, everyone.
MAGA.
And that's another huge W. Zeus. Oh, yeah, we're sending Dame 2. Yeah, Dame 2. Yeah, because Dame knows. He knows. And I also got to say thank you to all of you in the audience. Because while I'm up here delivering the truth, you're out there fighting these people in the comment section. I don't get to read all the comments, but I know it's a combined effort, and we all deserve to share the victory, so to speak. All right, because what we're doing is very important. These people are now waking up all over the country, and they're saying, we're not voting for MAGA anymore. We're done with that ridiculous ideology. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up the boxes now. We're going to open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the boxes to tell the truth. Please send me a guest request if you want to get up here and speak your mind about what's truly going on in America right now, or if you disagree with anything that we've covered so far. And the reason that I give them, the reason that I like it when we can actually show them the information themselves, because now they can't go around and say, we don't know where Zeus is getting the information from. No, you can go get it yourself if you're willing to look at it and face the music. All right, moving on. Alter Ego, what are you talking about? Rudy. Going once. We don't got time for this. So you don't got good Wi-Fi. Guess your Wi-Fi isn't working.
Yeah, it's my MAGA Wi-Fi.
Yeah, okay.
For some reason.
Jesus, I can't even get you out. Jesus, can't even kick you out of my live. The Wi-Fi is so bad. Rudy, what is it you want to say to us, right? We are at the point now where there's really nothing you can say to us to change. Well, we've been here for a while. Work on getting your Wi-Fi. Work on getting your Wi-Fi, because you got bad Wi-Fi. You can't talk to Big Zeus. You can't talk to Big Zeus. Seriously. Moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got? Who do we got next? Mike. Good morning, Mike. Well, you know the rules, Mike. Mike, are you there?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Guess what?
Okay, I owe you. I'm on the air. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
How do I get out of this?
Oh. So how did you end up here, though, honestly?
I was talking to the wife, and I didn't even have you on my screen. And you popped, and I heard my name. I'm sorry. But I love you. I love your show, man. I'm sorry. What do I owe you? How do I pay?
2 galaxies.
2 galaxies. How much is a galaxy?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Just go
okay.
inside of the gift thing and hit the send. All right. I know you got it because your wife and you said sound like y'all got a nice situation over there. Y'all balling out of control. So let's not all of a sudden start trying to count pennies when it comes to what Big Zeus is asking. All right, brother.
I hear you.
All right.
Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
All right. Do you need me to put you on a layaway plan, or you got it though? Seriously, because I can work.
Put me on a layaway plan.
All right. I'll send you over to customer service, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. Send them on over to customer service and make sure you check that credit, all right? Because you just can't give layaway to everybody. Moving it along, ladies and gentlemen, who do we got next? Stick the ruler. Good morning, brother. How are you? Did I get you, or was it? I think I got you. For some strange reason, I'm clicking and you take. Okay, I got you. Welcome. Stick the ruler. Good morning, bro.
Hey, you know we don't like on people, man. Like we ain't finna do that. I'm gonna be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm not trying to be Cedric the Entertainer. I got something on it. You know what I mean?
Fair
I'm
enough.
not doing that.
Thank you.
But I'm noticing the same thing you're noticing.
What's
how all the cracks are widening and they're falling into the cracks. and getting swallowed up.
Yeah.
Whether you want to say at the bottom of that crack is hell, it probably is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Let's have an Allen Iverson moment, because y'all must have forgot. Do you remember when Trump went to a press conference and they asked him why his voice was so hoarse or, sounded so rough?
Is this when he was caught yelling? They said he was from yelling, right? Or he lied about it and said it was something else, but it was because he'd been yelling.
Well, the excuse that he gave the world was he was yelling at somebody about trade.
Oh,
right. Now, when he was trying to tell him about it, it took him about 5 or 6 seconds, you know, to actually come up with trade.
Yeah.
He didn't come out and just say, "Yeah, it was about trade." He was, it was about trade. It was about trading with another nation, and
Yeah.
And I ripped them a new one. So now this same timeline is when they were talking about releasing said files.
Right.
Right. And now we have audio, which a lot of people say, they say it's, AI or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But it's just funny to me how it all lines up that on this so-called AI, he's balling out, I'll start a war, I'll do this. F. Marjorie Taylor Greene, excuse me, Mark Zeus.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. All of this, and then to go to the why your voice sound like that? Because of trade. No, we're not gonna fall for the okie doke. We're not gonna fall for the no new wars, and then now we're in a new war. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So for all of y'all that's silent, that's not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Please, when it's time to vote, stay silent.
You mean they should
don't
sit
go
out?
anywhere.
They should sit out, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Don't be the 90 million that just sat out because they figured both sides were just know that your side, right, is the side that told you, that lied to you. And see, this is the part where Zeus been trying for years to give you an outing.
True.
And saying, well, you were lied to.
Yeah.
I can understand if, you believe what he said, because, you were lied to. But no, this is what I voted for. Now, where are we?
Yeah.
Is this still what you voted for?
They will not admit, Stick, that they've been duped, and that they actually, in my opinion, they feel betrayed, right? Because to me, one of the most difficult emotions to really process is betrayal, wouldn't you say? I mean, because there's anger, when you're angry, you could be sad, you can be happy, but betrayal hits different, because that speaks to kind of letting your guard down, right? And then letting someone get really close to you, and then you realize they kind of did the whole Brutus got them in the back routine, right?
Well, the whole thing of it is, denial is not a river in Egypt, right?
Correct.
Just a river in Egypt.
Yeah.
Like right now, they are definitely in denial.
Yeah.
They need to actually understand what has happened. What they are seeing is not AI, is not fake news.
No.
This is going on. There's people over in Iran that have been ransacked, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
The people of Venezuela have been ransacked, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, he went in and then he left.
Yeah.
And then he focused all his attention over in Iran. Oh, they're telling me this is illegal. Let's go over here and do something else. So I believe at this point, at this time, for TikTok and educational purposes only, right?
Right.
That this was the plan all along for those e-files. If they want to keep paying attention to this, I'm gonna avert their attention to everything else, and I'm gonna gum up the works when it comes to the judicial system, when it comes to the law, the Constitution, all of that in one nutshell. I'm gonna jam it up. So they got so much stuff going on, they don't know what to believe.
I mean,
that's where we're at.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, it's getting harder and harder to keep up with every little well, not even little. These are big scandals at this point, right? But you have the conflict, obviously, that's major news right now. But the Epstein thing, that's always the thing that seems to be really doing a number on him. And he's got all these different things. You got ICE out here, doing things, and it's like, how do you keep up with all of this? And then on top of that, the economy is not really performing the way that we are being told it's supposed to be performing, right? He got the bad news about the tariffs?
At all.
No. So
yeah. So with all of that, Miss Clinton told you, as a lawyer, we look over certain patterns, and we see certain things. And she named off everything from the E. Jean Carroll to the 34 felonies to the actual evidence that's inside the e-files.
Correct.
She named off like how he was mentioned, where he was mentioned, and all of this, and then to call in her and her husband, that they are in there, their names are in there.
Yeah.
But there's no stories like Michigan, like him and the 13-year-old, and there's none of that in there.
Wow.
There's just pictures, there's just her name and his name, and then what? Okay, now you called us up, we asked, now it's time for you to ask Trump the same questions.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
Thank
and
you.
if he says, I plead the fifth, we already know, because he told you, if you plead the fifth, you're hiding
guilty.
something.
You're guilty, right?
You're guilty.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Not me, not Zeus, not nobody else but him.
Bingo.
So, hey, if you ain't woke, wake up.
Thank you.
Right? Wake
Tell him,
up.
brother. Tell him.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
I just want you to have a good day in the kingdom. I want you to keep telling this truth. Bombard them just like they're bombarding us with all of this craziness that's going on. Bombard them with the truth, Zeus.
Will do,
bro.
Make
them beg and plead and get on their knees. It's too much.
Amen.
I'm tired of winning.
Thank you.
Zeus, I thought you was going to do that this morning.
Which one?
I really did. I thought you the tired of winning.
This one?
I thought you were tired of winning.
Oh, I'll find it. Yeah, we should do that. We should do that.
Because you was winning all morning. This morning, boy, you was. If this was bowling, you rolled all strike.
Thank you.
If this was the Daytona 500, you are Michael Jordan right now. You got a three-peat going on. Like, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
Have a good day, man.
I appreciate it. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that's my brother Stick the Ruler. No lies, DJ. See what I'm saying? Wow, I mean, because the Trump voters, they give me the W. And a lot of them, they don't like seeing me win, right? Whatever it is, no one likes to see a real winner, right? Because they know what that means. That means there's L's literally all around, and someone's got to hold them, and it ain't me, so they know it's them, right? Because how can you really lose to somebody that voted for a person? All right, this is the thing. How can I lose to someone that voted for a person that said this about them?
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
There's nothing you could ever say to me, honestly. You say that about me, you're never going to get my vote. Never. But the MAGA mind says, oh, you got to understand what he meant when he said that, right? And then it's really the most bizarre thing I have ever seen. Because things start, it has to do with respect at the end of the day. If you don't respect yourself, don't expect anyone else to respect you. And this is the problem with you Trump voters out there. All of us know you don't respect yourselves, right? But someone like me, I'm not a mean person. I always believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt, right? Because maybe, you're going through something. But after a while, you just have to sit there and say, this person is not salvageable. They're not salvageable. You don't respect yourself, so don't put the burden. Do not put the burden of self-respect on someone else when you don't place it on yourself. All right? Because you want to crash out on Big Zeus. Why? Because what I do? I say, because I'm hitting that cheat code. When I hit the cheat code on MAGA, they crash out. And then they want to, you've never met me. I'm only on TikTok. So what's really underneath all of that? Why are you frustrated? And then you start drilling down. And a lot of these folks, they're broken people. They're really broken people. They've never really dealt with the real underlying issues. And what they have are, the good book calls it itching ears. And it also warns you, don't listen to these false prophets, all right? Because they say things that make you feel good. And I keep trying to say to these people, there's no substitute when it comes to doing the real work to be a good person. You got to do the work, all right? It's painful to do. Take it from me. I've been through a lot. There's no substitute. But what MAGA likes to do is they like to cheat their way to the top, only to find out they never really did it. They never really got anywhere, and that their daddy was lying to them. Yeah. And so what I do is I don't play games with them. I tell them what they need to hear, and maybe they can receive it, maybe they don't. Moving it along, the author. Good morning. The author. Hello? The author. The author. Did you know you're on my show?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did you accidentally?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did you?
Hey.
Did you accidentally send a request?
No, man. This is the one time that you let us up to speak our minds, so I, appreciate it.
Okay.
I got a couple minutes. I want to share something.
All right, what you got?
So, so the Frito Lay's, man, Cheetos colored man. I made a post on my social media to one of my friends' posts, and I said about what Hillary said before Hillary said it. And I'm gonna say that I am a reformed convicted felon, right?
Okay, shout out. Good.
I do a lot of work in the community. I'm trying to right my wrongs in life.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Made some mistakes, got caught up in the drug game, yada yada.
The rug game,
right?
rug game.
Right. Oh, my bad. TikTok lingo. My bad.
Yeah, I got you.
So the truth of it was this, right? As an ex-criminal, I know when I see a criminal, I know how a criminal moves. Right? It's very easy. It's very easy to watch the traits of a criminal. Right? So most criminals, right, they start off as spoiled children, right? Then they get spanked, don't get their way, they act out, and the rabbit hole begins. That was Trump, right? He could never get away from doing irrational behaviors, making irrational decisions. He could never escape that from childhood because he was a spoiled child.
Yeah.
Right? Got into the world of business, ran into some gangsters, right? Then he tried to take on the image of a gangster, right? And then crime started in his life. He probably was doing crime before that because I'm pretty sure he knew how to move money around, do all these type of things, right? But once he took on the image of John Gotti, it was over, right? So then we're seeing the way that a criminal acts.
Yeah. And can I say something? Because you're triggering the audience, right? And I just want to say to the audience that are complaining about what he is saying, if you disagree with him, then I need you to answer this one question. What crime hasn't Donald Trump committed? All right, brother, I'm sorry to interrupt you because I think he's broken every commandment in the Bible. But what crime hasn't he committed? That's what I want to know.
No problem. Until those that have something to say. Well, let me say this. So Donald Trump committed more airstrikes. He commanded more airstrikes in 5 months than Joe Biden did in 4 years.
You ain't lying.
Right? Everything for all those people that voted for Donald Trump. This is what I'm gonna say to you, right? And I said this on a post, just a simple text post on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Went crazy. They went crazy over it, right?
Bananas, huh?
They ripped just a simple text said this. Would you rather have more money in your pocket or closed borders? Right?
Yeah.
me, right?
Yeah,
Being safe to walk in any hood, I'm very versatile because of the life I've lived.
Yeah.
I can be in any I can
you
be
good wherever you go.
in any room.
Yeah, you good wherever you go.
Exactly. And I can be in any room, I can walk any block. Right.
Yeah.
And I know I still have friends, right? Friends that still live the way I used to live, right?
Facts.
There's no shortage of drugs in the streets. Let's just be real.
Rugs.
Rugs. There's no shortage of pretty white rugs in the world that we're
because there's
ordering
always
strikes.
a demand. I get what you're saying. There's always a demand.
Right. And the price has not escalated as of yet in the streets.
Yeah.
Now when you say I voted for Trump the first time to see what, he promised such great things, I get it, right? You fell for the lie, right?
Yeah.
But if you voted for Trump the second time, then you worship Satan. I have to say that because that's what we're seeing. We're seeing somebody that wants to be a god. We're seeing somebody that wants to be God above everybody.
Wow. brother,
Not just because you voted for him that you're going to go to the heavens that he's going to. No, he's a God above you.
Wow.
That's what he wants you to see. That's what he wants you to feel like. And guess what you helped do?
What's that?
You helped keep a criminal out of prison when you voted for him the second time. That's what you did. All y'all that claim to hate criminals and felons and all these things, you helped one stay out of prison because that was the only way he was going to stay out of prison. Let me cook. Man, I'm going to go back to listening because I am at work.
Okay.
Zeus, I love your room, brother.
All right, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, the author. Man, y'all got to make sure y'all follow brothers like this. This is somebody doing God's work. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, the author, No Lies Detected. Lies Detected. See, this is what I am saying, ladies and gentlemen. Game. I saw you, Jim. You wrote game recognizes gang. Yeah, we do. That's why I can talk about him the way that I do. Oh, you got TDS? No. I see what he's doing. I see how he's moving. And we already know. Listen, if we couldn't get away with it, right? Because you heard this brother, it literally had to admit. And I'm sitting here saying, it's the same thing, right? Brother, a person of color, a black man commit a crime. You go inside the judicial system. Guess what they do? They pull all kinds of crimes out of the hat. Crimes you've never even heard of. I didn't even know that was a crime. But next thing you know, you're really, okay. And then you do, okay, fine. I'll take responsibility. I take accountability for my actions. And then you go on and you actually come out a better person, right? That happens. But then you see this guy. And I ask all of you, what crime hasn't Donald Trump committed? Right? What crime hasn't he committed? What commandment hasn't he broken? And you can't answer it without saying all of them. He's committed every single crime a person could commit. He's broken every commandment a person could break. All right. And no accountability. None. Okay. And then you wonder why folks are upset right now, especially with your Trump voters out there. Because we look at that and we go, don't come around me and tell me you have a problem with people coming into the country illegally. Why? Because you voted for a criminal. Don't tell me you have, don't Lake and Riley me. Don't Lake and Riley me. All right. Because you want to try to look like you want to take the moral high ground when we already know you voted for the criminal, the one that raped his own wife. Think about that. And many of you could say, oh, she took her statement back. First of all, if you understand anything about the dynamics of a relationship, it's very, very difficult for someone who's really in love with you, and even if they're not in love with you, to write that kind of stuff down because they already know what the damage is, right? So for Ivana to have written that down, you got to ask yourself, what on earth was going on in Donald Trump and her relationship for her to write that down? Number one. And then you layer that with these 26 plus women who've accused him of SA, including E. Jean Carroll. You layer that with his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. You have really no other choice but to conclude it actually happened. And y'all went and voted for him. Proudly did it. Proudly did it. So don't ask us to all of a sudden start being, mindful and considerate with you when it comes to this stuff. Thank you, brother author. The author, ladies and gentlemen, he did a great job. Good morning, Takesha. How are you?
Good morning, dude.
Hey.
Listen.
Yeah.
These my new glasses. You like them?
Oh, let me see. Oh, I sure do. Let me go ahead and put that on the big screen. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Takesha a huge. Wow, I love Nate. Hey. Hallelujah. All righty then.
Listen, I came up, number one, because something is wrong with you.
Oh, wow.
When you said that Kristen Nome wanted her border secure, I just fell off the bed.
Yeah.
Zeus, I was laughing so hard. It was so funny to me, I couldn't get myself together.
Well, but Takesha, come on, you saw that bedroom. You saw that bedroom, right? You knew.
Man, listen, that lady said she was on back-to-back missions. She had to have that bed. And when I said back-to-back,
I know what you mean.
I mean back-to-back missions, Zeus.
Yeah.
Listen, Zeus, what are the stickers at of Donald Trump that we, they used to put on the gas pump of Joe Biden that said, I did this? Don't you think somebody ought to make some stickers where Donald Trump pointing to the gas thing saying I did this?
Oh, please. Yeah, I would.
We need those stickers, whoever made them. of Donald Trump so we can put them in the grocery stores and we can put them on the gas pumps.
Yeah.
And it can say, I did this. You know, the way they did Joe Biden.
Really? I mean, I would definitely, you know, if you can find that person, Takesha, send them my way because there's so many places I want to put them. Like on bacon.
Okay, well, I need somebody to inbox me so I can see you my address so you can mail me some so I can put them out here in Alabama.
Okay.
You know, the state that love him so hard.
Yeah.
I'm going to go around and put him on the gas tanks and stuff. And, you know, where he can say, I did this.
But Takesha, he got gas prices to come down to $2 and in some places $1.85. Don't you want to give him some credit for that at least? I mean,
man, that gas rising faster than a penis on Viagra. Let it go.
Oh my God.
Wow. Get it out, Z.
I mean,
stop.
Give him some, fair enough. You drive a hard bargain.
Stop.
Oh
Listen.
I
thought Marco Rubio was supposed to come out yesterday and tell us the solution to lower gas prices for us.
Right.
Did he do that?
Not that I have heard of, but
I didn't see him anywhere.
But you know how to, you know, save some money, right? With the gas. This is a little trick, you know, I learned, right? You drive a manual, so to speak, or maybe even an automatic. Feel free sometimes to just put it in neutral as you're coasting up to the stop signs and even cut the engine off. That'll save you some money. Did you know?
Zeus, nobody finna do that.
No.
You might as well, Zeus, you might as well drive a lawnmower down the road. No, you're not finna do that.
No, okay. But be safe when you do it because you got to be really coordinated. But that'll save you some gas, all right? All right.
The reason I know that gas is going up, and I'm being honest, day before yesterday, I asked my son to use his car. He said, you go put some gas in it because you keep running my gas out.
Wow.
When I went to the gas station day before yesterday, gas had already gotten to, it was like $2.79.
Wow.
Yesterday when I put some gas in the car because I had to go to the doctor, it had already gotten up to $2.99. Just that quick, Zeus. There's no telling what it is today, so I'm going to sit down and I'm not going to bother his car because on my fixed income, I can't keep paying for high gas. But my point is this. He was the no wars man. He was the make it cheaper man. He was the man that loved MAGA. We wasn't going to be worried about other people's regime. We wasn't going to be worried about other people's countries. We were going to be America first. Congress around here doing all these investigations into Bill and Hillary, and today they want to talk to Tim Walz. They haven't made any policy to help the American people.
Nope.
This entire Republican-led administration and House and all that is a total joke.
Yep.
And this why we don't want them to lead anything, because when they lead, they don't lead.
Nope. Tell them,
they
Takesha.
don't do anything that's fiscally helpful for the American people. They don't make anything to help our lives easier. They just beat their chest and say, hey, I'm a Republican.
You're right, Takesha.
That is getting us nowhere.
Wow. W's to Takesha. Takesha, thank you, because they are taking victory laps, but I want to be honest with you. Can you at least give me an example of anything that Donald Trump has done in his second term that you think he's been very successful at? Do you know of anything that has benefited the American people? Huh?
Lying and grifting more.
Wow.
He's very successful in continuing to pull the wool over his supporters' eyes. He's successful in that. He's very successful in enriching him and his family. He's been successful in that. He's successful in telling more lies. He's very successful in that. Zeus, when you know, let me say this because I said this last night in another live. They had a fit about Joe Biden looking at his watch when he went to receive those soldiers. But they ain't said nothing about Donald Trump not even showing up.
Think about
Would you rather somebody be there looking at their watch as the caskets come off to get the time that each one came off? Because that's what he was doing. Or would you rather somebody just not show up at all?
I'd rather have the person looking at their watch being
correct.
Being
they ain't
honorable.
said nothing about it, Zeus. Fox News and all that complained about Joe Biden looking at his watch for a whole year. But Donald Trump doesn't even show up, and they ain't talking about it at all. These are the worst of the worst.
Facts.
These hypocrites
Get 'em,
are
Takesha.
pitiful.
Pitiful.
They slide down alcohol. Listen,
Get 'em.
they slide down Razor Blade Hill into Alcohol Lake.
Wow. Wow.
And they ain't felt that pain yet because they ain't hit that alcohol pool yet, Zeus. But when they feel it,
Yeah, tell them.
it's going to tear them up, Zeus.
Tell them. And do you feel bad when they feel it? When they feel
Absolutely not, Zeus.
Thank you. Thank you, W. Takesha. You ain't lying. You are not lying. And
I'm gonna get ready to go, but let me say this. I want to thank all of you who gift me. I want to thank all of you who hit that cash out, baby, because that really is a blessing for me. You don't have to do anything for Kiki. But when you do for Kiki, you better believe the Lord gonna turn that thing tenfold over for you. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate all the help that you all give me. And because Zeus, they don't even want to be known who they are. And I like that because that means you're doing it from the heart and not for accolades.
Amen.
So thank you so much.
Amen.
Y'all have a great day.
All righty then. All right. W's in the chat for my sister Takesha. No lie protected, you know. And again, what's amazing is when we have just awesome folks coming up here and literally just testify, tell us what's really going on. That to me really is what I like about this show the most. I don't really like hearing people get up here and trying to gaslight us all into believing a bunch of nonsense. All right. And we know what it is and we know what it isn't. All right. So we're going to continue on, ladies and gentlemen. Is there anybody? Hold on. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Look at what the cat drug in. What's up? What's up, conservative Democrat? I'll just go ahead and do it. I needed that. He's trash. And that's 2 galaxies. Silence. That's 2 That's you, MAGA. That's actually 4 galaxies because you're MAGA. So it's 4 galaxies. Or, you know what I'll say to the mods? Just put him in a straight jacket. He doesn't know anything. Moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Moving it along. 200 galaxies, W. Rick. Yeah, 200 galaxies. Adriana, good morning. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see. Who do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have next? Uh-oh. If you disagree with me, please put a 1 in the chat if you disagree with what you've been hearing so far on the show. They can't afford to pay Galaxy. Yes, they can. They got their 401ks, according to them, ladies and gentlemen, are through the roof. Good morning. Welcome, the beautiful Jim. Welcome. How are you?
Good morning,
Good
Zeus.
morning.
How are you?
I'm all right. And you?
Oh, I woke up to the really gross sound of Mike Johnson's voice this morning and could not even understand what I was hearing.
What was he saying? You don't recall?
You know, the interesting part about Mike Johnson that I can't figure out is, has somebody told him that he's in Congress? Like, does he know that he works for the American people and not Donald Trump? Because from his speeches this morning, couldn't tell.
Wow.
I mean, I think somebody needs to start counting how many times he says the name Trump in his speeches, because he just kept saying Trump. But the most interesting part, the most interesting part was he's now saying we're not at war, when the definition of war is very clear. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what's happened to the American people that we have to have different members of the cabinet and different members of Congress try to tell us what we actually know is that 2 countries or 2 states are vying through violence, you know, destruction, right?
You're talking,
So, So you've got Marco Rubio, who called it a war. You've got Trump calling it a war. You've got foreign leaders calling it a war. You've got the journalists calling it a war.
Yeah.
You call the definition per the dictionary, we're at war because more than 6 U.S. military service members have now been harmed or unalived. You've got multiple bases in Cyprus, Syria, Jordan, Kuwait, Bahrain, all of them targeted. Dubai has been targeted.
Yeah.
You have American citizens that did not get fair warning to leave any of the countries or destinations that they were at, who are now stuck in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Because this president and his completely defunct administration dropped boom booms without warning American citizens. We have 5 embassies that are closed because they are now targets. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know how you say we didn't start this when this wasn't happening on the day before.
True.
There wasn't an attack on any of our U.S. bases or embassies prior to February 28th, correct?
Correct.
So in the Constitution, it says that the only way a sitting president has the right to act is in defense of the United States. He is a war criminal, full stop.
Bingo.
Bibi Netanyahu is a war criminal.
Bingo.
Full stop. They have literally dropped boom booms on fishermen in international waters with no evidence. They have literally just boom boomed a school of girls, unaliving 100 children, girls, attacking them. They have boom boomed hospitals. They have boom boomed all kinds of civilian sectors. So either both were a mistake, hitting the Ayatollah and the hospital and the school, or both were severely targeted. Right?
Yep. No lies detected. You're spot on. Yeah. Speak on it.
And so here's the thing too, is, we talk about cognitive dissonance all the time, but let's talk about cognitive flexibility, shall we?
Go ahead.
That 2 things can be true at the same time, which means that yes, the Ayatollah of Iran is a bad man.
Agreed.
Yes, the Ayatollah of Iran did horrible things. But you know what is also true?
What's that?
That Trump is a bad man. That Trump is doing horrible things. That Trump is putting not only the United States of America at risk, he's literally putting the entire globe at risk.
Facts.
So 2 things can be true at the exact same time. And the way this was handled was literally unplanned. These people have no experience.
None.
They have no clue what they're doing. They are harming American citizens all over the country all over the world right now.
Yeah.
And it's coming to our shore because we did an unsolicited attack, and now we're saying, oh, but it wasn't war. No, it is. When multiple lives are unalived through violence, that is war.
Bingo.
And when you are not the defender, that means you are the offender. And for all you football players out there, you should know the difference between a good offense and a good defense, because this is not defense.
Nope. Tell them, Jim. Jim. Oh, my gosh. So, Jim, let me ask you a question, because Pete Kegsbrev, Whiskey Leaks, he says that we are winning this conflict or war. Based on what you understand, do you personally think we are winning? Yes or no? And if so, why?
No. As I said many, many times on your show and other shows, that this is going to be bad. There is going to be a multitude of lives lost. And only then, when those draped coffins come home, where he will not receive them because he didn't bother to receive any of them previously, he sent the vice president or others to receive them because he can't handle the fact that those young men and women are being unalived because of his inaction or action. And this time it is because of the dereliction of duty and his literally offensive, aggressive acts to hide the Epstein files and all the other crimes that him and this administration have caused under DHS, that we have literally are witnessing a cover-up by attacking a foreign country and literally harming all of the surrounding countries. Also, this isn't just about Iran and the US.
Yeah.
This isn't just about Iran and Israel. Every single country is now being pulled into this because of the actions of this sitting president and Bibi Netanyahu. And there's no other way to put it. I don't care what anybody says, whether you like it or not. This was intentional, and this has got to stop. And the only way to stop it is if Congress does their job.
Bingo.
And we've got the head of the House, Mike Johnson, and Senator Thune, who everybody should literally, they want to blow up things, blow up their phones, call them.
Yes. Yes.
Do a campaign. Everybody should be calling their Congress members and demanding that they stop and hold a vote. This is imperative that every one of us, the people of the United States, this is about the protection of our bases and our embassies abroad.
Yep.
This is about our homeland. You want to talk about America first? Do you think that the rest of the world is going to want to do business with the United States of America after this?
No.
We will never be trusted again.
No. As a matter of fact, you made me think about it. You know, the Strait of Hormuz, did you hear this, that Trump went and posted that he's guaranteeing passage with the U.S. military for ships and tankers to go through there? Did you hear him do this? And then
yes, and I did.
And then they said, and then the Navy.
Did you hear their response?
What was their response? That's what I wanted to talk about.
Their response is nobody's getting through there. Good luck trying. Good luck trying. And you know, here's the thing. You know why they have to send Rubio out and Mike Johnson out and then Vance out and then Hegseth out? How many times in history have you seen that many speakers come out?
I don't recall seeing this.
You know why they're having to do that?
Why?
They're having to flood the zone again to cover up the mistakes, because you know what they didn't plan for?
What's that?
That Iran was going to hit all the targets that they hit. So now they opened a can of worms and they can't get them out. It's all over.
Wow.
Google the map of the strikes by America and Israel and then the response attacks by Iran.
Yeah.
Google it. It is mind-boggling that for every attack that the U.S. military did and Israel did, Iran had a response.
Yeah. W Jim, yeah.
So
you can see it. I can pull it up if you want me to. I can show it to you real quick.
Yeah, pull it up. Show the people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can get this. There you go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is on CNN.com. You can go see it. The blue
all
dots.
Of those targets in red?
Yeah.
Right? Yep. I can't see very good. Red is
in Iran.
Our...
Iran, yeah.
Go ahead.
And that's U.S. The red is U.S. Israeli strikes, and then the blue ones are the retaliatory strikes by Iran and its proxies. So, to your point, Jim, it's not like they're getting steamrolled.
Right. And that's why they're trying to send out all of these people, all these bobbling talking heads. It's why he had to literally interrupt Kristi Noem yesterday, right?
Yeah.
She was getting annihilated in Congress by Tom Tillis too, which was fantastic if you haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
But so while that was going on, they interrupted that congressional hearing to bring him to the Oval Office where the Chancellor of Germany was sitting to talk about this so-called success. Well, the truth of the matter is, if you're having to cover up all these other crimes with that, you're not a success, you're an epic failure. No. And this will go down in history as one of the worst leadership administrations ever in the history of the United States. They are bumbling on the streets of the United States. They are destroying the economy. They are destroying our healthcare. They are destroying our air, our water, and our land. They are destroying our allyships. They are destroying every aspect of every former president and Congress that has established legislation and law.
Wow.
This is something that every American citizen needs to be aware of. And as I said then, and I will repeat it now, I said that something big was coming down the pipe.
Right.
I said there will be many lives lost. And then I said there will be a shift in consciousness. And this is the time right here, right now, that every American citizen needs to speak up, regardless of party. You need to vote blue for me and you.
Yep.
You need to vote blue for all the children.
Facts.
You need to vote blue for the veterans. Vote blue for BIPOC.
Yep.
Vote blue for LGBTQIA. Vote blue
Amen.
for every single reason you can think of to ensure that we get the entire Republican Party out of office, take back our nation, and get things back on track to progress it forward. This is going to be a rebuilding like never before, and it's going to take over 20 years just to get it implemented.
Wow.
Because of the damage that has been done to our infrastructure, our education system, our healthcare, etc.
Yeah. Tell them, Jim. W's in the chat. Thank you. Vote blue. You laid it all down for him, Jim. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you coming up here. Ladies and gentlemen, please show the beautiful Jim some love. No lies detected. Hold on, Joe. Joe, what do you mean? What damage? You can't see? Are you blind? These people are sick. Thank you, Jim. So
You can't. That's the cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Take a look in the mirror, Joe.
Yeah.
Take a look in the mirror and know that if you voted for this administration even once, I'm sorry, but there's that crying lady. Have you seen this crying lady on the internet where she's talking about how people are mean because she voted for Trump 3 times and now people are so mean in her inbox and sending horrible comments? Have you seen this?
No, I haven't. Please pass it along. I love MAGA tears. I love MAGA tears for years. 4 more years.
Let me just tell y'all. Exactly. Let me just tell y'all, if that's the case, if you voted 3 times for this administration because you didn't learn after the first time, better yet, you didn't realize and do your research before you voted for him the first time that he was a predator and thief. And I'll say that till the cows come home. He's a predator and thief.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know that the first time and you voted for him a second and third time, which by the way, the third time was only a year ago, stock market's tanking, economy's tanking, gas is going up, food is going up. Healthcare is literally off the charts for people who have lost their healthcare, Medicare, Medicaid, access to SNAP benefits, WIC. I mean, what are you talking about, Joe? You need to go have a cup of Joe, sit the fuck down, and don't speak to us.
W, Jim.
I love you.
All right.
Sorry.
Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. Joe got cooked. It doesn't take long. It's so easy to do. I mean, we're from these MAGA demons, ladies and gentlemen, over here. And they know it. They know the end is near. For them at least. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Moving it along. Who do we have next? Good morning, Keegan. Welcome to the show. Keegan, welcome. Keegan. So you gonna sleep on my show? Huh, that's a new one because I can't get through to him. I can't get through to you if you're sleeping, bro. And I can't tell you owe me 2 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind, keep Keegan Colton. Let's keep him in mind. 4 galaxies for that. That's disgusting. I don't want to hear a grown man sleeping like that. Have you lost your mind? Seriously. I don't get it. I really don't get it. How do you end up going to sleep and then in some cases doing something nasty and freaky all in one morning? It's too early for that, ladies and gentlemen. Please get yourselves together and double check that you have not accidentally sent Big Zeus a guest request, because if not, I'll get you up here and I might expose you. Travis Michael. Travis. Oh, wow. These people, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Michael, that's 2 galaxies. All right. Who else do we got, ladies and gentlemen? T. Good morning, T. Good morning. T. T, you owe me 2 galaxies. Sweetness, sweet goody. Hold on. Sweetness, sweet goody. Can't resist a name like that. Sweetness, sweetness, sweet goody. Sweetness, sweet goody.
Hi, Zeus. I can't believe I'm up here.
Oh, you scared me.
But
was that an accident? You sitting up here for a second? Because I heard.
It was an accident, but I just can't believe I'm up here.
Okay. Okay, so you know the rules. That's
fabulous job.
2 galaxies. You can't.
Wait a minute, but I have something to say. You're doing a fabulous job, and I thank you for what you're doing. And you know what? Like my mother used to say, a hard head make a soft behind, and that's just what he's doing.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
All right.
Sweetness, sweet goody, ladies and gentlemen. That's my new friend, Sweetness, sweet goody. And you said you got the 2 galaxies. You said you need you need a layaway plan. You got the 2 galaxies, or you need a layaway plan? Which
one? I will. I will send it to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair enough. W's in the chat for. And what? Can I ask you why? Oh, she left. All right, customer service, make sure you keep track of that, all right? We're keeping track of the galaxies around here, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Because you can't just, I don't know what's happening on TikTok. I really don't. All right? I really don't, ladies and gentlemen. This has been one heck of a show so far. W's in the chat for all of you. But Sweetness, I'm going to say this. Hi, Shay. When you first got in the box, I heard some moaning. I heard it, and then you cleaned it up.
I heard it too.
You heard it too, Shay? So I was
I was like, oh no.
Please.
Like, drop her. I was like, drop her, Zeus.
Well, I would have dropped it, but I had to see if she was going to double back on that in order to verify. She came back and cleaned it up real nicely. So Sweetness, you get a round of applause. But be careful. Be careful, because I'll catch you. JD Cakes. Okay, Shay, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay, my friend.
How have you been?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Just working, but it's all good.
Well, nice. That's
yeah. Trying to stay up with everything, and did you see that we flipped a seat in Arkansas from red to blue?
I heard. W to the Democrats.
Special election. Go Dems.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. Okay, now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many elections now. I think, God, over 100 we flipped.
Yeah, we've never seen anything like this, right? We've never seen. It's been so easy to just get the W from MAGA now. I love it when they double down on supporting Trump at this point. It's the best gift they could keep giving us, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, keep it up. But I tell you, you've touched on this, and I'm seeing it all over X. I'm seeing it everywhere.
What is that?
I'm seeing it on this app. There's a lot of people aren't supporting this. I think 22% of Americans support this war in Iran. 22%.
That's the bottom of the barrel cult members, right? They're the ones that are willing to give up their souls to Donald Trump. I just don't understand how come none of them want to, enlist right now. That's the only bizarre thing, right? They don't want to enlist.
Yeah, I know, right? Sign up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, Barron Trump.
Yeah.
You're 19, 20 years old. You'd be fresh off the press.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well, it's not going to happen. He's going to develop bone spurs like his father did. But it's I sit here and go, so the only people that I think support it, did you talk about the Christian nationalism and what our Department of War and generals are telling the troops as to why they're fighting this war?
Because Trump is Jesus, right? Or sent by Jesus.
Sent by Jesus to bring on Armageddon. So there's this whole talk of Amalek in the Bible because Persia was ancient Persia 2,000, 3,000 years ago. And so, Persia was a little closer than that, but you know what I'm saying? But this whole story goes back in the Bible and I think the book of Esther, and don't hold me on all that, but it goes all the way back. So they're saying that basically the Jews are once again, because the holiday of Purim is upon us for the Jewish holiday, and this goes into that, right?
Yeah.
That the Persians were torturing the Jews at the time in the Bible, and then there's so anyway, so we go back and we got Iran was Persia, and so they're tying in Israel to the Jews, and if the Jews can take over Persia, then that is the sign of the end of the world. And at the end of the world, if in the Bible they say, I think it's in the Bible, it's in the Old Testament,
And so this is like a holy war in a way.
Right. So, but this is literally what our troops are being told, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to understand when we talk about the far right has become Christian nationalists, and you sit there and go, well, they're not. Then why are our troops being told that they are going to bleed for Jesus and for the coming of Christ? Because Christ is going to return again to this earth, but in order for him to return again to this earth, they must maintain control of Israel. That the Jews must maintain control of Israel. That's why you have to push out all the Arabs and the Muslims, the Palestinians. So when we say that Trump,
wow, you got to do all that to just pay your bills. That's crazy.
Y'all, I'm not lying to you. This has been the move of the alt-right, the Christian nationalist part of this party, the Heritage Foundation, and Project 2025 has been around for many, many years. It just keeps getting a new date to it.
Wow.
This is the push, because what they believe is that Jesus is going to come back, but he comes back. But in Israel, that's where he comes back.
But Jesus needs the most immoral creature on the face of the earth in order to come back.
They think because they'll tell you, my Christian nationalist family members will tell me that Jesus will not pick a perfect man to do this. He will pick an imperfect. I'm like, seriously?
Okay.
Why would Jesus want to pick imperfect person?
Okay.
Sinful? Like, that's crazy, but that's their excuse.
But what makes Trump so special? Because if you go that route, right? I mean, this is just me. Don't we got a lot of imperfect guys out here? I mean, seriously, what makes Trump the special?
Why can't we pick anybody?
Yeah, You could have picked me. I could have did a better job if that's really what it was.
You'd be great. You're already named Zeus.
Yeah, there you go. W. Shay, right?
We already got our God. Why not put you in there, right?
Thank you.
Because I'm a good minion. I'm a good minion. You're my God.
And we could all do it as a combined effort. But to think that the most sickest man on the earth is the one, that's crazy to me. I don't care what you say.
It's crazy, but it's that movement, and he is the tool that God will use in order to bring Jesus back. And so now this is why they're siding with Netanyahu, because they want to get rid of all of the Arab nations, right? And all of Netanyahu's enemies with Hezbollah and Hamas and all of this has been fighting to not recognize Israel. So with the United States and with Trump, that they've already gotten rid of Gaza Strip, right? And they're going to basically make that a land of the golden age, right? And have the hotels.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of real estate deals, also known as the Board of Peace, right?
Yeah.
Right? Board of Peace. Notice the title of this, Zeus.
The board
all it is.
The Board of No Peace, it should be, right?
Correct. And it's just $1 billion to enter, $10 billion from the United States. Why do we have to put in $10 billion? I thought he was upset with NATO and being unfair with the amount of money we put in, right? Or that everyone else puts into NATO, right? Wasn't it unfair?
Yeah, according to him.
Why did the United States put in $10 billion? Everybody else only had to put in $1 billion. Are y'all keeping track of this at all?
Get him, Shay.
Are you seeing this at all, people?
I can't get any of them to answer any of our questions.
This is the real reason we are at war, because we are moving and supporting Israel to get rid of all of the terrorist, T groups, or basically any Muslims and Arabs in that area, so that Israel can expand its domination. Its military dominate. This is exactly what it is on the guise that it will bring Jesus back. Now, obviously, Netanyahu does not want Jesus back, right? He's Jewish, right?
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is,
this is what they're telling Americans.
But if you think about it, if Jesus came back, I believe firmly that MAGA would try to crucify him. So this makes to me no sense, because he would be exposing all of them for what they are, hypocrites. If they read the Bible, he was going after the hypocrites, the ones that in the scribes and the Pharisees. And who are the modern day scribes and the Pharisees? This is MAGA. They're literally letting Donald Trump get away with selling the Bible. That's not Jesus. That's the devil.
It is. It is, but I want you to be really clear. This is all over, guys. You can look all this stuff up. I'm not lying to you. This is what our troops are being told, that they're going into war to bring Jesus back.
I've never heard.
And I just want to
something
know
crazier. That's crazy.
how everyone feels about this.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in the end of the world and that Jesus is coming very soon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. This is where we're at, and this is the stuff we tried to warn you. And I know you keep thinking we have TDS. No, we knew this stuff.
Yeah.
Because we weren't lied to and told to fear all these things, and so we could look a little clearly at what's going on, and we could see it and hear it. You can't when you already believe that you are a victim, that you are losing your rights, that you are losing your ground, that you are losing your stability, your whiteness, your culture, your country, your language, your religion. So they have victimized you up and down and spanked you up and down.
Yeah.
And you weren't able to see what this was. You are a tool.
Yeah.
You're an absolute tool in the Christian nationalist movement belt.
That's tough because there's a lot of brothers out there that are a part of this.
Oh boy, tell me about that. I'm gonna let you speak on that.
I'm just saying,
that's not my place.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say,
right though. I'll say that
they're tools. A lot of brothers and sisters supporting Donald Trump. They're tools for the Christian nationalist movement.
Yeah, they are.
They're nothing but modern day fools, Shay, and we'll leave it at that. All right, nothing but modern day fools. Hate yourself, hate your country.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the Black community are Christians. They are conservatives. They are religious, right? And so, you hear Dame and what he says. He's one of them.
But you know what?
And how he got used as a tool because of his beliefs. And listen, there's nothing wrong with his beliefs. I'm never going to condemn anybody being. Takesha's one of our biggest Christians on this app.
But there is a such thing as going too far, Shay. There is a such thing as going too far with it. And that's an example of somebody that's going so far in the wrong direction, can't be saved. All right. And so, now you're a tool and you just might as well call yourself a fool in a way, because again, how do you support Christian nationalism and you're Black? It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
It doesn't.
W Shay.
It doesn't. Yep. But anyway, guys, I hope you're well, and I listen in my car time to time and check in on you guys, and I love you guys, and keep doing the hard work, and let me know if you need me or something. But anyway, love you guys.
Really, love you too. Love you too, ladies and gentlemen. W for Shay in the chat. No lies detected. As you can all see, ladies and gentlemen, we've been cooking and booking, seriously, for a long, long time. What can you say? Isn't this one of the most amazing shows? W. Marissa, wow. Love you. I can't get anybody that disagrees with me. Does anyone disagree with me? Put a 1 in the chat if you disagree with Big Zeus, all right? Put a 1 in the chat real quick if you disagree with Big Zeus, all right? It doesn't take long. I just want to give them an opportunity to get cooked, all right? I'm a fair person. Or if you disagree with anything the panelists have said, go ahead, put a 1 in that chat. Sandra, thank you so much. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Silky Slim. Oh, Silky Slim. Oh, why do you disagree with Big Zeus, Silky Slim? Why do you disagree with Big Zeus, Silky Slim? Where did I hurt your feelings at? Oh, you don't got an answer. All right, bringing up my good friend, Brother Nutty.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, bro. How are you?
Doing well. So my comments are going to be focused towards Dame.
Oh,
I said I was going to turn over a new leaf.
Uh-huh.
So this is the beginning of me turning over my new leaf.
Okay.
But I heard a couple of days ago, Dame was on this panel, and he was talking to you, and it seems to be genuine.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, Zeus, I don't know. You asked him, so when is it, how many lives have to be lost before you stop supporting?
Yeah, I did.
And it got really quiet, as if he was contemplating that question.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. At that point, it was 4.
Yeah.
At that point. It's more now.
Yeah.
It's more now. Dame, is it enough yet? Have lives been lost enough yet? And another thing is, what about Biden? Because I remember President Biden being criticized because they thought that he looked at his watch during a dignified transfer.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had that.
Well, I would much rather him look at a watch because it implies that he showed up. We just saw some flag draped coffins come home. And where was Trump? He was nowhere to be found. MAGA, why aren't you upset about him not showing up for the dignified transfers, for the unalivement of these soldiers that he caused their unalivement? Why didn't he show up for that dignified transfer? See, these are answers we're never going to get. We're never going to get it because it's good for thee, but not for me. Moving on.
Get him, Nutty.
Couple things that Jim spoke on. I'm sorry, Shay, about Christian nationalism. That's why Scripture tells us in 2 Timothy 2:15 to study to show thyself approved. A workman needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
It's Scripture.
And what I mean by that, as followers of Christ, we are supposed to study the Bible. We're supposed to study Scripture, study the Word. So when people says that 1 + 1 = 12, you've studied to know that 1 + 1 will always equal 2.
Exactly.
So you're not going to be hoodwinked. You're not going to be bamboozled.
Right.
Psalms 37:37 says, "Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace." I need you all to understand Scripture. For the end of that man is peace.
Speak on it.
Are we peaceful with this man? So in Scripture, in Psalms 37, who was the perfect man? That was Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the only perfect man that has ever walked the face of this earth. So if we're trying to be Christ-like, you see how that parallels is?
Yeah.
To be like the perfect man, to be like Jesus. That means we're loving, we're compassionate. That means we're welcoming the immigrant, not reporting him.
Correct.
That means we're feeding people who are hungry. We're clothing people who are naked.
Yeah.
We're speaking truth to power. We're talking about things that are making lives of our brothers and sisters better, not taking away from them in an effort to harm them.
Exactly.
Not saying we're protecting children, but we want to take away food. We don't want to do anything about gun control in our schools. We don't want to do anything about 3 PDOs. Preying on our children. PREYING.
Yeah, not that.
PRAYING.
Yeah, I'm glad you cleared that up because some folks, they like to try to mix it into that. And we're not going to allow them to get away with it on our show. So thank you for clarifying that.
So Dame, you keep espousing Christianity and Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
Tell me where your Christian belief aligns with Scripture. Tell me, Dame. Where does it align?
I don't think
Now,
they can
Kabira,
I don't think he can give us a solid answer because I've never heard
he
him.
can't.
I've never heard him
Now,
quote Bible chapter and
Kabira,
verse.
she continues to want to give him the benefit of the doubt, which is great. Love Kabira for it. Q wants to continue giving him the benefit of the doubt. Great. Love it. Love it for Q. But see, I'm a different mode because I will give you the benefit of the doubt until you prove to me you don't deserve said benefit. And he proved to me a long time ago that he did not deserve said benefit. See, here's the thing. He all but admitted to you, Zeus, that he's on this app to get money, to grift. And listen, I ain't mad at the game. I am not mad at the game. But just be honest. Be honest in the game, Dame. That has some bars right there. Didn't even try it.
Yeah. You getting there. You're getting there.
Just be honest in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stop putting your own community in harm's way because you're trying to get a coin or two. Now, I know he said that he was going on vacation tonight, and that was a couple of days ago.
Oh, that's probably why he's not here today. Oh, okay, I get it.
I was hoping he was listening.
Oh, no, I don't think he's here today.
I know he said he was going on vacation, so I hope he took some of those coins.
All right, yeah. I think
and I hope you treat this young lady, whomever she is, God rest her soul, whomever she is, I hope you treated her to a nice vacation, staycation, or whatever Asian it is. Because to deal with you, she's got her hands full. So that's it. I just wanted to ask MAGA, why wasn't your God, why wasn't your Lord and Savior at the dignified transfer of the troops that came home that have already been unalive because of this war? Where was he?
Yeah.
Where was he? So I'm gonna yield any balance of my time because I saw Q down in the comments. He wants to come up. So I know you're running a tight ship. So let me get out of here, and if I can yield to him, I certainly will.
All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That's my brother Nutty. No lies detected. All right. Welcome, Q Dog. Welcome, brother. How are you?
Hey, brother. Good evening to you. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Just, taking care of business as usual. Where you been, man? Where you been at?
Oh, man. Out of pocket for a little bit.
Okay.
I had to do a little business transactions and whatnot. Looking for property.
Okay.
Nutty is 100% right when you're talking about, selling your soul for a few coins. We know how Judas did back in the day.
Judas Iscariot?
Selling his soul for a few coins, but then wind up unaliving himself because of the guilt that he felt. Basically demonizing an innocent man. We got a lot of Judases amongst us around this time. And what we need to do is figure out which ones need to go ahead and just take it for the team. And when I say take it for the team, go ahead and be with the one that you really want to worship.
Yeah.
And that's the devil. Go ahead and just take it for the team. Because one way or another, you're gonna meet him one way or another. Whether it's by your own hand or whether it's by God saying, you know what, it's time. A lot of these people don't realize everything like we spoke before is in Revelations. The ones who believe in the Bible, the ones who believe, and I'm talking to you, MAGA, that claim that you believe in the Bible, you better go back and read Revelations.
That part.
And understand that everything that's happening right now is coming to pass.
Amen.
And you might as well go ahead and figure out which lane you want to be in. Whether you want to be in the right lane or whether you want to continue down the path of iniquity and put yourself in harm's way where the devil say, come on in.
Yeah.
I got a hot seat waiting for you.
You didn't say a hot plate. You said a hot seat.
A hot seat for eternity. See, there's a lot of them that sit around in here. Remember when Jesus was praying in the garden and the devil come up behind him and say, why are you praying? Who are you going to save? Why are you doing what you're doing? It's not going to help. See, it's a lot of them down there and that had a little laughing emojis and had a little comments or whatnot. That's his demons. That's coming to tell everybody in this live.
Yeah.
And anybody that's trying to speak the light of truth.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Why are you on Zeus's live? It's not going to change anything.
Why are you here?
We here for eternity. Yeah, see, the devil, he has different ways to try to get into your head. But as long as you keep God in front of you and the devil behind you and keep your foot on their neck, Just like Jesus turned around and stomped his foot on that serpent and smashed him into the ground. That's what we doing to you, MAGA. Every day you come up into Zeus's live, and any live that's trying to make the wrong do right. And try to get it into your head that what you doing, keep on doing what you doing. Let the devil feed your soul.
Yeah.
Because over here, we ain't gonna let it happen.
Thank you. We're not WQ, though. We hand out kibble for you, and that's it. Stomp on their necks. Get them, Q, dog.
To the kingdom. Keep that foot on their neck. They see it coming.
Yeah.
They see it. They getting scared.
Ooh.
See, when God is in the place,
Get him.
the devil gonna run.
Ooh.
He gonna be frantic. He gonna be, oh, you're not supposed to be listening to them. You're not supposed to be doing that. Oh man, I think they got us now.
Yeah. Get him, Q. Yeah.
Keep your foot on their neck because they know the midterm elections is coming.
Keep my foot on your neck. Go for it, Q, dog.
Don't let them breathe not 1 inch. Keep it on their neck.
That's the.
They can say everything they want to say. They could be in the comments. They could be in your DMs.
Yeah.
They can say all the things you want. Keep that foot on their neck.
Amen.
Today's word today.
Go ahead.
The words of today is to keep that foot on their neck. Don't let them up.
Just a little bit. Let me get a little.
See, all they gonna do is they gonna squirm. See, when a serpent don't have no hands or legs.
They don't.
As long as you got that foot right on that neck, where they can't strike at you,
squiggle.
all they gonna do is squiggle and scream.
Thank you. Yeah. Q, dog, you on point today. You on fire, brother. All right. Well, listen, I got to get up out of here. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad I was able to check in with your brother. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give Q-Dog a huge round of applause. No lies detected. There you go, my. All right, well, listen, we got to get up out of here. We spent a lot of time together. I'm going to give a special round of applause to all of you who tuned in this morning and did the Lord's work, pushing back against the misinformation and disinformation. Also, special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, and moderators and panelists. Because without you, this show wouldn't be what it is, entertaining, engaging, and very, very educational. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame. And you know exactly who this goes out to. Thank you. Mateen, thank you. Really appreciate it, all right? This goes out to all of the Zeus haters out there. You know who you are. There's no amount of money, honestly, you can place on your soul. And the fact that you still think that there is, it just tells me you really don't love yourselves. Do us all a huge favor, all right, and go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA.
W Zeus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and stay safe.
Yeah. Gotta wake the chain up. Get injected with some power.
All right, we're out of here.
Pull some strings. Level up.
I'll see you all tomorrow. 1600 Pennsylvania. You know what it is. Came from the trenches. Now we ballin' at the top. Presidential, watch the ops. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your day. 1600 on the throne. Out here looking brilliant. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Pay for all the shade. Got the game in a choke. Yeeted the doubt. Now my legacy hitting its spoke. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Great show. W Cindy. Watch Empire grow. Posted on the fakes. Now my circle A1. Let's go.
This race is already
Cindy. Got the power, vision, crystal clear.
Stick with ambition, yeah.
Making history right here.
Ops talking wild,
but they cannot touch the throne. Posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Skirt past the hate. Got my foot on the gas. I'm the Rizzler, not you. WN. Got my game on my necklace. We kicking over the spot, drip too clean. We ain't gonna never stop, no cap, we live, yeah. It's over, MAGA. Have a great day. I rebuke you too. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Riz game, presidential, got the nation in a lock. 100, no facade, drip celestial, shining brighter than a star. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Snap with the moon, turn your dreams into chandeliers. Top stay lurking, but they folding under all the pressure. 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Hey, trap sold in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views from the east wing. Got the poles in a climb. Let's go. In the storm, got the world dropping bombs like I'm reading out of Psalms. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Through the storm, legacy unshakable. Let's go. That's a Rizzler talking to you. Did you know that? Mr. Rizzler. Bust that off the charts, got the game in a trance. Drip too wavy, yeah, make you wanna dance. That's the Rizzler talking to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I love all of you. Blackbird, Sticky Fingers, my brother. You see that, Evan? You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your morning. We are out of here. We are out.